spectacular. Now, last week's horror vlog went over perfectly. So I'm hoping that this one keeps up the pace. If not, please forgive me. And still try to have some fun. And right on cue, very bad connection. But today is a Christmas themed. We're going to keep Christmas themed all the way up until after Christmas. And Zetha Store, and thank you for joining. And we're going to keep this whole thing Christmas related, or try to anyway. So with that said, like I said, Christmas related, guys. Look at this little beady-eyed sumbitch right here. That's just horrifying right there. What's up? For Star Wars? Hell yeah, I am. Elminwell? Oh, it's just Elminwell. Yes, I am hyped for Star Wars. You crazy? I am going to go see the new movie this coming Tuesday. It'll be that's when I'm off. And I want to go to the first showing of it. Unless I can convince my brother to go this Friday. But I doubt it, so. But yeah. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are having a good December so far. And have you been to Universal Studios Orlando? No, I don't have the money for that stuff. I wish to God, though, that I would. If anything, I would go to the Harry Potter one. Because I definitely want to see the Harry Potter one. Hello, Alexis. Now, for my question to you guys. I don't know why I'm pointing over here. The camera's obviously right there. Have you been naughty? Or nice? That's actually not the question I was going to ask. Or was it? I'll probably see The Last Jedi soon. I want to see it so bad. Going to Disneyland in 2 days. Nice. It's pretty badass. I wonder how much Christmas stuff you're going to see. You'll probably see Frozen stuff out the ass. The cartoon Frozen. My question is, do you believe in Krampus? Nope. Not this beady-eyed looking little holly jolly Santa Claus. I'm talking about this motherfucker right here. The Krampus. Do y'all believe in him? There are several movies created of him and several myths about this demon that comes every year at Christmas and basically terrorizes and kills people that are naughty. I'm just about to end my stream. A lot of people showed up right at the boss where I was about to rage quit. Oh, nice. Nope. Don't believe in it. It's okay. It's okay. I figured as much. But it's okay. You know why? Because he believes in you guys. Krampus believes in every last one of you. Okay? It doesn't matter. He believes in y'all. And I do not believe in Krampus. I didn't know there was a second one, though. No, but they're scared the shit out of me. The reason why I'm bringing this up, obviously, is because the good has to go to this Krampus right here. I believe it was made in 2016 or 15. It could be either one. I'm pretty sure it was 16. Yep, 2016. I am not too sure if this was the remake of the other one. I have not seen the first other one, but this one is a sequel to the one called Krampus the Devil. Or Krampus the Devil Claus or something like that. This is a sequel to that one. I think this one could be a remake or it could be something completely different. But whatever this one is, you guys need to watch this one. Now, there is mixed feelings between this exact one. A lot of people might not like it and might not like how it ends. Never seen it, but I want to watch it. It is very good. It has a lot of really cool actors in it, really memorable actors in it. But I just absolutely loved this movie. It had everything, down to his whole sack of toys, demonic toys, like little stuffed teddy bears that come to life, little gingerbread people that ate other people. I mean, just everything about this movie was absolutely very creative and very well done. Now, it does kind of end with a whole mind-blowing thing, so if you like movies that end like that, then you're going to love this movie. I personally didn't like that one. I thought it was boring. There's a third movie out now, too. Yeah, there is a third movie. What's up, Mr. Golden Reaper? How have you been? Like I said, people has mixed feelings about this movie. And at first, it is kind of slow. I will admit, it is kind of slow at first. But once Krampus is in there and he's sending off all his little demonic toys and stuff, it kind of picks up the pace from there. But the reason why I like this movie is mostly because I like the meaning that it had behind it. Like, at the beginning, this whole family kind of just doesn't want anything to do with each other. They're all the time fighting, all the time arguing. I believe the parents are splitting up. And the kid wishes for one perfect Christmas together. So Krampus comes and he basically puts them into the position to where they finally work together as a family. And I absolutely loved the meaning behind it. With that said, you have to remember, Krampus does not give. Krampus, the biggest part of Krampus is he does not give, he takes away. He punishes. So, yeah, that's something you got to keep in mind when you watch this movie. All in all, I personally thought it was a great movie. Very, very funny in parts. Had really cool plot twists to it. Just all in all, I thought it was an excellent movie. I found out about Krampus from Mr. Creepypasta. I was just watching Brendan's stream and I saw you're notified, so I called him to join us. Nice. I love the American Dad Krampus episode. I haven't seen that one. Which I don't watch very much American Dad. And to keep the whole Krampus thing going, the bad goes to this one right here. Krampus number 2, The Devil Returns. I had thought that this one was a sequel to this movie, but it's not. There's another movie out that came out before this one. I think it came out in 2013. It's just called Krampus the Devil's something. I can't quite remember it exactly. I think it was like Devil Claws or something like that. But anyway, I have not seen that one. I saw this one in stores and I picked it up because I kind of got excited. I was like, wait, they made a sequel to this one? So I got it. Actually, I think one of my friends got it for me for Christmas. He did. Yeah, one of my friends at work got me this for Christmas. Either him or my brother. It was like last year, and my friend's the one that told me about this, and I think my brother's the one that actually bought me this. So, either way, one of them bought it for me. So, but I started watching this movie, and right off the bat, I knew it was not a sequel because all Krampus was is a guy in a mask. Now, this one is like an animated kind of Krampus. He actually looks like a monster, demonic creature, but he also kind of looked like Santa Claus as well, so I thought that was kind of cool. This one, however, is just a tall man wearing a demon-like mask. He looked like Deborah from Dragon Ball Z. Through your new controller. Why tell Jacob you must see that episode. I'll look it up after this is all said and done. But if you have not seen this one or its first one, I would recommend you guys to not. Like, this movie was bad. This movie was very, very, very bad. It almost made my what the hell list, like why the hell was it made. But I think the only purpose of this movie, the only reason why this one was made, is because this one had come out, and the guy that originally did the first one in 2013 was like, hey man, I'm going to one-up you and make a sequel to mine, which nobody cared about. But anyway, as I'm watching this movie, apparently Santa Claus, aka the biker Hulk Hogan like dude, is apparently his brother. Like, Santa Claus is his brother. And Santa Claus, however, is the bad one in this movie. Because there's a scene where this kid comes up to him, and the kid's sitting on his lap, and he's all being a dick and everything. And Santa writes his name down, and basically gives his name to KRAMPUS here, so he can come and kill the kid. Yeah. But it was so stupid. Like, I got lost so easily with the story. And all in all, like, right here is Krampus. I doubt you can see him that well with my camera. But he looks like Deborah from Dragon Ball Z. You need to watch that show, Big Mouth, on Netflix. It's so weird. I'll look it up. Krampus is good and Santa is bad in American Dad. Well, that's basically what this one is. Well, Krampus is not good. I mean, he kills the people, but Santa Claus is the one that's the bad one in this movie. But the ending just is so horrible. And I looked up the first one to see if I even need to get it, and I'm not. But apparently the main guy in this movie and the first one he tries to kill himself, but he decides not to. This one, he was actually going to kill himself. And he had the shotgun up to him, and he clicks it, and there was no bullets in the gun. Like, the entire time that he went through there, like, there was no bullets in the gun whatsoever. So he's, like, ready. He pulls the trigger, but nothing. And he starts crying, and I believe it was either Santa or Krampus one. Could have been both. Said, we'll see you next year. And end of movie. The fuck burgers. So yeah, this one's going on my bad list. I would advise you guys not to watch it. But like I said, don't go by what I say. You know, someone out there might actually like this movie. But I just felt like it was so stupid that it's not even worth watching again. Krampus whoops bad kids and sets them on the right path in American Dad. Oh, Lord. So, yeah. If you want to see a good movie, watch this one. Krampus-wise, anyway. There are other Krampus movies out there that I have not seen. Have you guys seen any other movies of Krampus that you would recommend to me? I think there was one. It was an old-timey Krampus movie. That looked pretty interesting. I just can't think of the name. Oh, you're welcome, brother. My brother. But there's other Krampus movies out there I have not seen. So, yeah, if y'all know any that is actually worth watching besides this one right here that I showed you, let me know in the comment section below. Now, my next question to you guys. There are a lot of scary Christmas movies out there. And there's actually a couple that's come out recently, and then there's one called The Elf that I just saw a trailer to that's going to be coming out, I think, this year. I didn't see exactly what day, but I think it might be after Christmas. But I want to know what your guys' favorite horror Christmas movie is. Do you guys have a favorite Christmas, like, horror movie? And Gremlins can count. Like, it's not about Christmas, but it was set in Christmas time, so you can count Gremlins as well. Jack Frost. I knew Brendan would say that. I knew he would say that. I think Christmas Horror Anthology on Netflix, if it's still there, has a Krampus story. One of my top favorites, it's not really it's not really the best of the best. I have seen another one, but I would not recommend, as it was horrible. Krampus the Reckoning. It was bad. It was bad. My favorite, Gremlins. I figured that. Jack Frost. Jack Frost is just such a funny movie. Like, it's so funny that it's just good. Yes, Krampus is in Grimm, and I absolutely loved that episode. Have you guys watched... You're on to something, El Manuel. Alright. Now, if you guys have not seen this show called Grimm, you are missing out on one of the greatest shows. Am I showing you backwards? I am. Season 1. Absolutely love this show. Just love it. That guy right there is my favorite character, by the way. Season 2. We got Season 3. Season 4. 5. And the final season, Season 6, which I hate that it ended. I absolutely love that show more than any other show on the planet. So if you like scary stuff, now this has some things in it that are more terrifying than some of the actual movies I've ever watched of horror movies. For example, there's a girl who's like a chicken monster, and this person feeds them, has a tube down their throats, and feeds them this stuff that's supposed to help them give birth to like a golden egg or something, and their eggs are like worth billions or whatever, and their throats enlarge because the egg grows in their throats, and then they like open up and the egg pops out of their mouth. I mean, watching that scene where he's jamming the tube down her throat, pouring that stuff in, I was more terrified watching that shit than I have watching other Christmas movies. Yeah, I was more terrified than that than watching Charlie Brown's Christmas. But if you have not seen Grimm, please, I beg you guys to watch Grimm. Very good show. The Shining has snow in it, so does it count? Yes, it does, actually. It is set in Christmas. Harry Potter's a Christmas movie, too. Never seen Black Christmas, but I remember the trailer. I have seen Grimm, though. I changed Watch Better Watch Out. Yeah. Yeah, I still need to watch Better Watch Out. My brother has the movie. That's my Project Horror that I was supposed to do, but my brother took that movie home with him, and I haven't seen him to give it back. So this next horror vlog, I will present to you guys my horror project with that movie. But, where were we? Oh, if y'all don't have a favorite Christmas horror movie, or if you're just watching this, Die Hard. I don't count that as a Christmas. I don't. I know it does count as a Christmas movie, but no, man. Just like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is apparently a horror movie. But one of my favorite Christmas horror movies is called Santa's Sleigh, with Bill Goldberg in it. It's not the best movie on the planet, but it is funny. And it actually ends pretty good. Most importantly, it just has Bill Goldberg as Krampus, or a Santa Claus that kills people. And he's like badass as hell. So, and it has the nanny in the very beginning, and I think she gets boiled alive or something. Like her face gets boiled. So yeah. But it was a funny movie. I just really enjoyed it. So let me know in the comment section below what your favorite Christmas horror movie is. Now, speaking of Project Horror, we'll talk a little bit more about it. Project Horror can be whatever you want to make it. For me, I find it easier watching scary movies, and what I'm going to do for my project is once a week I'm going to pick one horror movie to watch. So that way when I do my horror vlog, I will put it in either the good, the bad, or the why section and talk to you guys about it like I normally do. But I want you guys to do the same. I want you guys to, it doesn't have to be once a week. Just whenever you have the time, if you want to watch a random horror movie or read a horror book or anything to do with horror, I want you guys to work on the project, and then whenever I come on here and I say, okay, what have you guys done with your horror project? Then you're going to tell me, I watched blah blah blah, I watched Krampus movie and it was really good, I thought I would put it in the good. And then you can give it a rating like 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. And I feel like if we do this, it would help other people by recommending good movies to watch, or recommending, yeah, bad movies, you know. I just think it would be a lot more fun and interactive. But yeah, have you guys chosen anything to do for your horror vlog? Or horror project? The Thing. That is a Christmas movie. Batman Returns, Lethal Weapon. Yeah, are you guys planning on watching one scary movie this coming week? From now until next Wednesday? If so, what movies would you plan to watch? And you don't have to say right now. Next week you could say, well, I found this one on Netflix, I watched it, it was bad, or something like that. But as of right now, my Project Horror is going to be on the movie Better Watch Out, as soon as I get back from my brother. So, next week, on Wednesday, I will be giving you guys my thoughts on that movie. Birds are enemy and has bad editing on the birds. I think you're talking about Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. Alright. Now for the why. The why the hell was it made? Or why the hell was that scene put in? Or something like that. And you guys have already mentioned it. It goes to Black Christmas, the remake. I did like that movie. I thought the movie was really well thought of and very grotesque. It's called The Birds. Black Christmas is one of those movies where after you watch it, it's just going to stay with your mind for all of eternity. Yes, it is a remake. There is an older one. The older one doesn't have that much of gore in it compared to this one. But I would recommend you guys to watch the older one because it's all about the story with the older one. And it does have the iconic girl being smothered in the plastic bag. That's like the symbol of the movie, the iconic moment of the Black Christmas movie, is where he smothers the girl in with the plastic bag. And I will give him credit, it was one of the most realistic looking kills I've ever seen in a horror movie. But the reason why I would put it as my what the hell is because of simply the messed up story. It's about a mom who's like mean to her son because he is born with yellow skin. And he stays that way even as an adult. He's just pure yellow. He's like Big Bird from Sesame Street. And, well, he sees his dad being killed by his mom and his mom's new boyfriend or whatever. So his mom basically locks him in the attic, and there he remains as he grows up. And when he's 12 years old, his mom decides to rape him because she wanted another child. So yeah, she rapes him when he was 12, and she gives birth to his daughter/sister, whose name is Agnes. And she's just as deformed as he is. She's like yellow as well, and all of that stuff. And, well, when he gets older, he decides to, he snaps and goes to kill his family. Now, the part that made me go, what the hell, is after he kills his mom, he takes these little cookie cutter things, like in the shape of a Christmas tree or shape of a snowflake, and he presses it into her skin, and he makes like skin flavored cookies out of her skin. Bakes them in the oven. When the police come, it has a very, very gross scene where he's all up and close with the camera, just eating away at that raw mommy meat and just foaming at the mouth, just and I was like, what the hell? So that's why I put it as my what the hell movie list. If you have not seen the movie, please go watch it. It actually has a really good ending, I thought anyway. And, believe it or not, it has Kate Cassidy from Arrow in it. I didn't realize that that was her until I chose that movie for this vlog. Because I went back to look up some of the story of it so I can kind of refresh my memory. And I looked up the act, and I saw her in it, and I was like, that's the girl that plays Black Canary in the Arrow show. And it also, I found this out too, she's also in Nightmare on Elm Street. Mind blown. Now let's see what you guys have been saying. Hell yeah, I was like, what the hell, but it was good. Just the mom having sex with her son was just, yeah. Yeah, that part was very, very just one of those moments. For my project horror, I read Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. It was a quick read and had action from the first page. Some creepy moments too. It kind of lost creepiness and action to me, unfortunately. I still put it in the good, and I give it a 7 out of 10. So, with that being said, for that book, since I have the book, do you think it's worth a read? Like, does it actually end really... I'm not saying does it end good or anything. It's just, is it worth it to you that you think you would recommend for people to read that book? And another follow-up question, do you think that they could make a movie out of that? But yeah, you see what Alexis just did, guys? She did a project horror. For her project, she read Joe Hill's Heart-Shaped Box. And she just gave it a rating, told her a little short opinion about the book, and she put it on her good list. So see, that's what I want to do. I want us to communicate. I think it's worth a read. Okay, then I will definitely read it sometime. But that's what my project horror is. I might think of something else for project horror later on down the line, but as of right now, that's where my mind frame is at with that. And with that said, I don't think a movie would be that good. Yeah, never know. Now, with that said, I'm going to go to the final topic of the horror vlog, which is the Horror Vlog Award Show. I've decided to, like me and my brothers wanting to do the Video Game Vlog Awards in January. I think he said January 13. I'm going to do my Horror Vlog Awards beginning of, I'm going to say the first Wednesday in January. The very first Wednesday of January. But I already come up with seven awards to give. And I really need your guys' help. Because I want you guys to nominate the movies. I want you guys to discuss whether or not you guys think that these things need to have the award. The first one you already know is the best horror movie ever. That's going to be the #1 trophy And when I say trophy, I'm going to be giving them the Monster Award. So yeah, when I say, you know, oh, Krampus, the Monster Award goes to Krampus 2016. There you go, Krampus. But I want you guys, and this one is strictly you guys. Like, your guys are going to be the ones that choose which one wins for that. But we got the best 2017 horror movie. I want you guys to nominate 2017 horror movies that you think deserves to be, you know, the best of the best to win the award. And I will pick 5 of those, and then I'll tell you those 5, and I'll pick the winner of that. But with the best horror movie ever, I will conduct 5 movies from whatever you guys choose, and you guys will vote between those 5 movies. So that one is completely you guys. We have the best horror movie death scene, which I think is a really good idea for an award. For example, we were talking about Black Christmas a second ago at the with his mom, where he kills his mom, puts the things on him, and eats her flesh like Christmas cookies. Even dips them in milk and stuff. Like, you can say that is a nomination for a best horror movie death scene. The best monster, whether it be Krampus himself, whether it be Freddy Krueger, whether it would be, you know, Jason Voorhees, whatever. We also got best killer, which is going to be other people, like normal people like Scream. You can nominate Billy, her boyfriend from Scream, or just horror movies that have just the main killer. It doesn't have to be a monster. The best horror movie quote, which I think is going to be good. I like quoting horror movies anyway. The best plot twist. So that one's pretty good. You can nominate ones like Saw. Saw is most known for plot twists. And finally, we have the best horror movie actor and actress. So yeah, those are the awards that I'm going to be giving during my horror vlog award show. And I want you guys, after the video is done, whenever you want, comment below and let me know what you would nominate for each one of those subjects. So that way I can write them down, have them in record, and be able to conduct an actual list. At least try to get 5 different ones. So that way when I do the award show, I can, you know, nominate the 5, tell them a little bit about each one, and then pick the winner. But you guys are going to pick the winner of the best horror movie ever. Now that one is unlimited. You can pick one from 1920, or you can pick one that comes out tomorrow. You know what I mean? That one's going to be completely up to you guys. I'm just going to be the one that writes down the 5. Like, I'm going to be looking at your nominations, and I'm going to see which ones are most mentioned, which ones are really unique, and I'm going to conduct 5. And you guys, oh shit, woo! Maybe I need this monster after all. I want you guys to pick the winner, whatever it turns out to be. So does that sound good to you guys? And also, I'm up for any kind of improvement. So feel free to comment or, you know, talk to me personally, however you want to do it. And let me know if there's anything you think I should change about it or about my horror vlog. Because the horror vlog is not just about me, it's about you guys as well. It's about all of us coming together and talking about the thing that we cherish the most. The thing that we all love, the thing we all have so much in common of, and that's our love of horror movies. So, yeah. That's about all I have. Next week's episode, I'm going to actually read to you guys a short story that I had wrote myself. Unless I can find it real quickly. Let me see. I think it's right in here. Should be in here. Alright, I'm going to leave this totally up to you guys for right now. I can wait till next horror vlog to read this story. I wrote this one a long time ago, but I really did enjoy this story. Or would you guys mind to hear it right now? I mean, I'm already 35 minutes into the video. If you guys think that you don't want to make the video too long, then tell me wait till next week. But if you guys are interested and want to hear it right now, go ahead and let me know, okay? Holy shit, man, cannot wait. So excited for your work. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm totally leaving it up to you guys. If you guys want me to read it right now, I will. But if you don't want me to press too much time and take up too much of your guys' time for this week, I can plan next week and maybe do shorter topics so that way I can have the time to read it. It shouldn't take too long. And besides, I haven't read this story in like 2 years. So honestly, it probably is crap. But I just want your guys' opinion on the story. It was one that I actually kept that I really liked. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. If I mess up any of the words, you know, I'm sorry. Like I said, I wrote this story about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It's been a while. I think I was still in school, maybe, when I read this. But, alright, it's called Night Johnny. Can you tell me a scary story, Dad? Johnny was only 7 years old with an overactive imagination. Like all kids his age, Johnny was very adventurous and curious about life and the mysteries that are within. Johnny was into horror. He loved all the classics, but through his brave facade, he really is just a coward underneath. His dad knew that well. And have you wake up screaming again? No, Johnny, now get in your PJs and brush your teeth. I promise I won't be scared, Dad, please. His dad was sitting at the computer writing his entry of the 6th day in space. Johnny's dad works for VEX, which is a group of scientists that study the atmosphere to find life on other planets. They set up signal stations that send rays to the computers. If any form of life exists, the rays will become nuclear. Which makes no sense, but, you know, whatever. Johnny's dad recently been sent into a shuttle to place signal beams from Mars, but there had been an accident. The shuttle had been hit by what seemed to be a meteor shower and almost destroyed the ship. No one knows what truly happened, but only few of them came back to Earth alive. Johnny's dad was luckily one of the few. Oh, alright, but promise me you won't have nightmares. If you do, I will never tell you another scary story again. Got it? Yay, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Daddy, I love you. Johnny wrapped his arms around his dad's neck. Brush your teeth, I'll be there soon. I have to get this recorded. Okay, Johnny rushed to the bathroom. Johnny was laying in his bed. His room was full of stuffed animals and Goosebumps books with a little TV that sat at the end of his bed. He had his bare pajamas on and was laying in the bed. His dad entered the room looking like he was ready to pass out. You ready for that story now, Johnny? Yes, Daddy, tell me a very, very scary story. Johnny knew he'd likely have a nightmare, but he didn't care. His dad told the best stories. Okay then, he sat at the foot of Johnny's bed. Have you ever heard the story about the Stitchman? The Stitchman? Said Johnny as he pulled the covers over his body. The Stitchman is a horrid creature that lives in space, in a different world than ours. What does he look like, Daddy? Johnny interrupted. The Stitchman is very tall. His body is nothing but thick black fur, like a werewolf, but much more evil. His eyes are red and black, like a black hole that forms in space. People say that if you look into those eyes, you will instantly become brain dead. Brain dead? Oh, that's when you lose your mind and your body just becomes like a doll. Oh, Johnny started to feel a little scared, but showed no sign. The Stitchman loves to play hide. He likes to go to different worlds and hide among the people that live there. How does he hide? I mean, would somebody notice a black-furred creature walking around? Johnny's dad laughed. He hides his appearance by ripping the skin off of somebody and stitching it to his own, making him look like one of us. What does he do with the rest of the body, Dad, after he rips the skin off? Johnny was getting scared. Well, Johnny, he eats the rest and drinks the blood. Once the Stitchman is fully disguised, then he can enter into our world. Do you know why he enters our world? Why, Dad? Because he wants to kill everyone on the planet and harvest their skin as costumes. Johnny started to pull the cover up a little more, but didn't want to show signs of fear. Johnny, if it's getting too scary, then I think it's time to stop. No! Finish the story, please. How do you stop a Stitchman? Well, there is only one way to get him from hiding, and that is to believe in him. But if you do not believe in the Stitchman, then he will never come out. But if you tell the Stitchman you believe in him, that will allow him to come out of hiding, and he will eat your flesh with his sharp razor blade fangs. The only way to stop him is to stab him in the heart. Johnny's dad looked at his wristwatch and noticed it was getting pretty late. Hey, time for bed, Johnny. Remember, you promised no nightmares, right? Okay, Dad, I love you. He gave Johnny a kiss on the head and started out the door. Johnny was laying in bed, silent. His eyes were growing heavy as he slowly slipped into dreamland. As his eyes were closing, he heard deep breathing coming from his closet. He sat up and noticed a dark figure standing there. He turned the lamp on beside his bed, but nothing was there. Scared, he turned back to the lamp to turn the lamp off when he looked right into the face of a bloody, furry creature standing right next to him. Johnny rose from the bed, screaming and running to his dad's room, but the door was locked. Johnny screamed and screamed, but no answer of his dad. The creature came closer with foam and blood dripping from its mouth. It growled, and Johnny seen its fangs with chunks of flesh hanging from them. Johnny screamed as the beast leapt at him and sunk his fangs into his face. Johnny awoke, screaming, to realize it was just a nightmare. The door flew open, and his dad stepped in. He got right beside Johnny and held him. It's okay, Johnny, it's okay. It was stupid of me to tell you the story. Oh, Daddy, the Stitchman's going to get me, isn't he? Johnny, it's just a story, nothing else. Johnny was calming down, holding on to his dad for the longest time. I'm sorry, Daddy. I should have known I would have had nightmares. It's okay, Johnny. No more horror stories for you. Now lay back down and try to get some sleep, okay? Okay, Dad. Johnny laid back down into the bed and pulled the covers over his chest. His dad started to feel a sharp pain go through his head, part of a symptom he had ever since the accident. Daddy, are you okay? Yeah, Daddy's okay. Just another migraine from the accident. Daddy, a meteor crashed into your ship. Do you think the meteor was the Stitchman's? His dad just stood there in silence for a while, then looked at Johnny and said, no, it was not him. It was just a meteor shower. Daddy, I believe it was the Stitchman. His dad screamed in pain just then and started gripping at his head. He screamed like never before, and Johnny was starting to jump out of his bed. "Daddy!" His head started scratching. His dad then started scratching out his own eyes and peeling back his skin off of his head. "It itches! It itches!" his dad screamed, and just scratched out his eyes. Blood poured everywhere, and this yellow goo that Johnny had no clue what it was. Johnny was screaming and fell into the corner of his bedroom. The room started to stink from the blood chunks of skin flying off of his dad. Thick black fur started to come out of the body, and the body was stretching, skin peeling and bleeding. "Johnny!" screamed a voice that was no longer his father's. "Johnny, it is past your bedtime." Johnny screamed at the sight. His dad's eyes were ripped out of the socket and rolled under his bed. New eyes appeared, bloodthirsty eyes, red, dark eyes. The creature walked towards Johnny. Johnny opened his eyes and stopped screaming. He looked deep into the creature's black eyes and felt gone. The creature stood over Johnny's dead, cold body, looking down. The creature smiled and said, "Night, Johnny." And that was the end of the story. So, what did you guys think? I didn't see anything you guys wrote. So, chilling. This is going. Yeah, I figured. Find me at the door by Stephen King. Actually, that was a project I had to do in school. We had to make up a short story. Alright, well, yep, that was it. Night, Johnny. Wrote that one a long time ago, back when I was in school. I've wrote it like 3 different times, but that was apparently the most previous. I can always go back and rewrite a whole different way, but that was what I had, apparently. That was the first time I read that in like 2 years, so. But what did you guys think? It would have been funny if the Stitchman said, "Who's your dad? Who's your daddy?" Copyright. Copyright. That's okay. This video has this day, so if anyone takes that idea, I will sue the fuck out of it. No, I'm just kidding. That would be great, Jacob. I think I'm going to watch the Resident Evil movies now. Sweet. Alright. But, thank you guys for joining the horror vlog. I appreciate every last one of you. Remember, I can't do this whole award show without you guys. So once again, I'll post the awards right there. It's not mentioned, but the best killer as well as monster. But yeah, please comment below whenever the comments are available and let me know your nominations. I will get them wrote down and I will do my best. But thank you guys so much for all that you do. And I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Dooskies. Oh, by the way, one last thing. I kind of think it might help me out a little bit. Maybe comment below and tell me what you thought of this horror vlog. Like, if you really didn't like it, maybe I can change some of the things. I tried to do a lot more props. Like, I tried to have a Santa hat on, but apparently we don't own a Santa hat, so. But yeah, if you guys want to see any more improvements or think that you can, or just, I don't even know what to say. Just, I want to know your guys' opinions on the vlogs. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. I don't even know how to turn this off anymore.